Welcome to the episode 1 of AI.cast on smart operations. Today we will be talking about how you can smart schedule your operations through new technology, including artificial intelligence. I am Anthony Trzaski, CEO of Codento, your AI.cast host and a seasonal cover band drummer. An interesting fact for you, 89% of industrial companies plan to implement AI in their production networks. Are you already one of them? Delivering the right output at the right time with the right cost is now more important than probably ever. We will talk about how you can optimize your factory operations, logistics, projects, and supply chain with scenario modeling and new technologies. You will hear our customers, the leading industrial players, Fastems and Okmetic, discussing how technology will change and has already changed their industrial operations. We at Codento are experts of industrial operations, Google Cloud, AI, and smart scheduling. We'll bring it all together to optimize your operational work. So let's dive in.
So first, let's set the scene. You might be a person who is responsible for creating schedules for production machines. And now the schedules, they might be in your head, they might be in an Excel file. However, the issue with this kind of an approach is that it does not scale. And also, there is no optimum guarantee when doing it in this way. So this is where smart scheduling comes in. With smart scheduling, what we can do is we can create an optimization model that takes in the planned productions, and then we optimize them. And what this means is that we can get a model that then not only creates the optimum schedule for your production, it will also optimize around bottlenecks, which means that we can now easily detect which machines are the bottlenecks. So if we see from the image that there would be a machine that would have 100% utilization, that would be a bottleneck. One way to resolve bottlenecks is, of course, that you purchase another machine that has been detected as a bottleneck. However, the issue with that is that those types of machines might cost a lot of money, so they are expensive. Now, the second layer that we can bring in after the bottleneck identification is simulation. So now what we can do is we can simulate that what would happen if you were to have another one of these machines. What would your production outcome look like? What would the optimal schedule look like? And so on. And then of course we can simulate it the other way around. So what if a certain machine breaks down and you can't utilize it anymore? What would your production schedule then look like? Which productions would be late? Which would be early? And so on. And of course, when doing it in a tailored format, what you can also do is you can embed these kind of custom constraints. For example, let's say that you have a machine that only certain people are allowed to operate. And now these certain people, they don't work on weekends, which means that you can't run this machine on the weekends. That means that you have to schedule or optimize around that constraint. So here we have an example picture of what this output of the smart scheduling might look like. And so here on the right-hand side, we have machines, and we have multiple different types of machines. And then on the left-hand side, we have the jobs. So the machines are doing some types of jobs. And now the colors are the jobs or the productions that each machine is doing. And so here we have an example of how you might tackle this kind of a modeling exercise. So in summary, you can expect 4 types of benefits from this type of an approach. Number 1, the obvious one, is of course the scheduling optimization. Number 2 is bottleneck identification. So which machines are the actual bottlenecks in your production? Number 3 is the simulation of adding or removing machines to your production facilities. And then number 4 is the adaptability. So let's say that a machine breaks down today. It's too late to run this optimization 1 month from now. And in fact, you should run it immediately to get the new optimum schedule for your production. And so the adaptability here is that you can now run it almost immediately and get the new schedule out with no delay. So how can Codento help you with smart scheduling? The threshold to get started with this kind of a modeling exercise is actually very low. And what we can do is we can have one person working for 1 month, workshopping with your people and getting the knowledge that he needs to get started with this. And in 1 month, you can already have a backbone model that you can then start layering these types of constraints on. And the payback is of course that your production will now be much smoother. You will get the products out that you need in time. You can prioritize certain types of products among others. And then of course you can have the optimum guarantee that your production facility is running at the best pace that it can.
Hi Vesa-Pekka, welcome to AI.cast. Can you tell a little bit about Okmetic and your offerings?
Hello Anthony, thanks for having me here. Yes, Okmetic is a manufacturer of silicon wafers located here in Vantaa, Finland. And silicon wafers are a key raw material for the global supply chains for sensors and electronic devices that are a big part of our daily lives nowadays. So Okmetic silicon is basically present everywhere in these devices that we are using daily.
I could imagine that with your type of products, the timeliness of deliveries is top priority. Is that right?
Yes, that is definitely right. So the key requirements for this kind of industry are that to reach or target to zero defect level in both the quality of the products and also on the on-time delivery. So the delivery schedule committed to the customer is expected to be kept at our side. So that's the expectation.
Vesa-Pekka, what are the means Okmetic takes care of the manufacturing and delivery schedules for your customers?
Yeah, well, in our case, the main challenge lies in the product mix. So even though silicon wafers all look the same, but there's actually more inside than meets the eye, and we are actually producing quite large portfolio of different kinds of silicon wafers. And the different wafers are using different routing through the fab, so they are using different tools and different amount of capacity utilization or capacity usage within the tools. And so the levels of scheduling in this case, it starts from the capacity planning, so we need to match the capacity customer commitment, so what we are allocating to the customers based on the capacity available. But then also in the daily level, making sure that product mix that is going to the line is using the production bottlenecks in an efficient way. So also in the daily level, balancing the production flow in such way that then enables a smooth flow of products through the fab and meeting the customer committed schedule.
Of course, it's about the experience and the competence of the people at Okmetic. But what role does the technology play in managing the schedules?
Dealing about large volume manufacturing and dealing with not only like balancing between two products, but balancing with lots of different products and varying capacity allocation levels, varying volumes for the products, and also changes in the volumes time to time. So the IT systems are definitely needed to keep this kind of puzzle in control, making these factors visible and making them controllable.
To summarize all this, would you have any lessons or tips for companies to use modern technology?
I would say the challenge really lies in balancing between the complexity and simplified models and time to market or time to a solution. If you're thinking of this kind of overly simplified model, for example, for the production flow, that doesn't take into account the product mix or different utilization of the capacity of different products, it easily leads to not very valuable results. So the models really don't predict what is happening in real life, and the result is not good. But then on the other end of the spectrum, if one takes this kind of overly complex model, trying to take into account all the tiny little details of all the process steps and all the manufacturing process flow items and trying to model everything as precisely as possible, that easily leads to never-ending IT project that doesn't bring any value either, because it's not ready for use, and somehow finding the golden spot in between these extremes is important.
Thanks Vesa-Pekka for joining AI.cast.
Thank you.
My name's Topi Uden. I'm heading digital manufacturing business at Fastems. So Fastems is a leading global supplier of intelligence automation. Our customers are machine-intensive industry job shops, technology owners, OEMs. So basically industrial customers where the machining, metal cutting is in the center of the operations. AI is obviously it's kind of hype at the moment, but still there's like big opportunity of optimizing things through this kind of AI, data analytics and kind of machine learning topics. The main thing is that industrial digitalization is taking place. So basically that the industrial companies are starting to utilize the data for leading and developing the manufacturing. The most kind of pressing challenge is lack of workforce. That's kind of the main issue what we are facing with all of our customers. AI and kind of data analytics optimization can help with that. Basically digitalization could improve the flow of the manufacturing. It could help people to make decisions based on the actual data, not kind of things or kind of thoughts what has happened, but kind of actual facts. Yeah, at least we have learned how to utilize the data to help our customers to improve the operations. That's kind of one focus point of our kind of data and AI development. Obviously, we are kind of improving our internal efficiency as well. So basically, we are collecting data from our customer systems, and that data can be utilized to support and make better services for our customers. We see that there's a lot of opportunities of optimizing production through data and analytics. At least in the smaller companies, there's a lack of resources and a lot of capabilities and knowledge to start utilizing the AI and data to optimize the production. Tips for the customers, maybe some tips for the customers is to start collecting the data, start digitalizing the operations and processes, and start learning how to utilize data and information to lead and to develop the operations. That's one kind of tip to where to start.
That was exciting again. Hope you enjoyed it. One of my favorite takeaways was Okmetic learning to balance between simplicity and complexity of AI technology adoption. If trying to solve all the details, it just becomes too complex and expensive, and if it remains too abstract, very little value is provided. The next episode of Codento AI.cast on smart operations is also soon here. Then we'll talk about minimizing risk with the help of AI, and we'll pay special attention to the topic that is burning hot, namely generative AI. Don't worry, when you have subscribed to AI.cast at Codento.com, we will notify you by email when our next smart scheduling episode is available. To get your organization going with smart scheduling AI and making your operations smarter, please book a free AI Value workshop for smart operations at Codento.com. So see you soon, and thanks for watching.